Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Again, we do this every Monday at 5 o'clock. We've got the live at 5 to talk about the real estate market trends across the nation. So, today, super excited to have Alex from Southern California and Renee from Orange Beach, Alabama, here with us. And I am actually currently in Florida, hotel room. So, overlook that. But welcome, guys.
Hey y'all.
Fabulous.
Hey, thank you for having us. Thanks, Jennifer.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you are on it. So, Alex, you were saying that you've been in real estate 9 years and you're in
Yeah,
Southern California. And
correct.
what are you seeing in real estate right now?
We're definitely seeing, prices come down compared to last year. I think everybody everywhere saw prices go crazy last year. But we're seeing prices come down. We're seeing the average days on market go up.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of opportunity for buyers, right? And we're starting to see rates take a little bit of a turn downwards. Obviously, nothing crazy, but we're seeing a lot of opportunity for buyers. A lot of buyers are able to get some closing costs covered. They're able to get their rate bought down. So I think it's a healthy market for buyers. And if buyers on a fence and maybe they had trouble last year, this year could be their year.
Awesome. And what about you, Renee? What are you seeing in your market?
So I feel like our market is a great opportunity for buyers as well. Much different than it was, 6, 8, 9 months ago. Um, we're seeing where buyers can actually negotiate,
Right.
and sellers are willing to negotiate with them. Our prices are still pretty stable. I mean, we've not seen a drop in our prices at all.
Mm.
Um, and our days on the market are a little bit longer, but not by much, though. Um, our inventory is good. It's a good, healthy market, is the way I feel our market is now.
So, with inventory, do you know how many months supply of inventory you have?
I do. I was telling you, if I don't have the numbers in front of me, girl, they don't exist. So I
Yeah.
wrote that stuff down.
Awesome.
um, so let's see. We you were talking about the supply. Let's see. We've got right now, and it's so funny because my market is just very, very diverse.
Mhm.
I've got the Gulf front, the island properties, and then the inland property. So I like to separate that because I feel like it is different. So right now, in Foley, which is the inland area, we've got a total of 254 active listings on the market.
Wow.
And Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, we have a total of 809. But still, it's so diverse with that.
Yeah.
The 809 properties that are on the market in Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, 65 of them are new construction. So we've got a lot of new construction buildings that are coming up. And then out of the 809, 435 of those properties are on the water.
Oh, wow.
So it's just so diverse in what we have here.
Oh, that's awesome. And
Mhm.
what about you, Alex? What kind of inventory are you seeing?
So compared to last year to now, in terms of new listings, I'm looking at LA and Orange County as a whole, and just like Renee, every pocket's so diverse. Although prices have came down, certain areas that are coastal have still been holding on strong. But I will say, new listings from last year we had around this time last year we had 1,408 listings, new listings hit the market. This year we only have 843.
Oh, wow.
So we're down on new listings. And then days on market now are up from last year, which were 19 days on market on average, to now we're about 36 days on market.
So you
So
still
we
have
have,
a pretty hot market.
yeah, we still definitely have a hot market. Like I said, we still have those coastal areas, these little communities here, in the county that still
Mhm.
are booming. So yeah, I think it's very mixed. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, we currently have 2 months supply of inventory there, meaning that if everything were to stop selling, I'm not stop selling, stop getting listed and everything moves at the same rate, we would have, it would be all sold in 2 months, which is still indication that it's still a seller's market. So that is
Yeah.
good, but it is starting to level out. And yeah, we're starting to be able to negotiate deals and all that. What about your prices, Alex? Did you say your prices have started coming down or leveling off?
I would say they definitely came down on average as a whole if we're looking at the whole county in general. Our average sales price went down from this is just for single family homes, 1,300,000. Now we're down to 1,160,000. So we've came down about 10% as a whole. Some pockets have come down maybe 5%, 3%, 2%. Some haven't came down at all. But if we're looking at a whole, we're on average somewhere between 5 to 10% in terms of prices coming down.
Yeah. See, I think it's so interesting because our prices have started leveling off too. And if you look at the prices today versus November and December, they have come down. But if you look at today versus January of last year, we're still up 26%. So our average price point last January was 375, and as of today, it's like 407. So it's still considerably up, not necessarily month over month, but year over year. We say real estate's a great investment.
Yeah.
And Alex, did you say your average price point was $1 million?
Yes, single family homes in Southern California. If you want to live here, you got to pay over $1 million for a single family home.
That's amazing. What is your price point, Renee?
So our median price point is $345 in the Foley in the inland area, and in Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, it's about $610.
Wow. So a little bit more affordable, a little bit more. I can swallow that. It's always fun talking to somebody in California with $1 million price point. So I'm like, holy cow! Like, how do people actually, afford that? That's your median price point.
Yeah,
awesome. A lot of dual incomes. The average sales price landed around $1 million. If we're looking at median sales price based on what Renee said, we're around 900,000, a little smidge under $1 million.
Yeah. And what are your taxes like there? And I honestly, I'd have to look at my property tax, and I did not. So if you don't know it, it's okay because I don't know. But what are your property taxes like there?
So usually, it just depends on where you live in the city. But yeah, on average, property taxes are about 1.125%.
Wow.
I know, although our prices might be a little bit higher, but depending on other states, I think our property taxes are a little bit, in terms of percentage-wise, a little bit less. I know Texas has really high property taxes, and other states like that. So I'm not sure how it is with in Orange Beach or where you're at, but
yeah.
Yeah, our property taxes are some of the lowest that I've seen. And I thought that you guys would have high property taxes over there in California. I don't know the percentage rate. I didn't write it down, but it's based off of how you classify the property here, whether it's homestead, it's second home, or investment property. And I know, just an example, a Gulfront condo on the beach that is an investment property. Let's just say $800,000 is the market value. You're looking at about, let's just say $2,500 a year.
Oh, that's not bad.
So it's very, very affordable taxes. Yeah.
I think ours are low end too, but I don't think they're that low.
Yeah.
Ours is like 55 cents on $1,000. So I'd have to do the calculations.
Yeah.
Well, good. So then what your sellers, so if you, Alex, you said your average days on the market now is like 37.
Yeah, around there.
So still, you've got a very strong market. What about you, Renee? What are your average days on the market?
Yeah, average days on the market is 37 as well. It's funny because, you would think that average days on the market would change. But when I look at the numbers year over year, they've increased by just a little bit. So this time last year it was 33 days on the market. Now it's 37. And that's as a whole as well. That's our entire county. If I break it down, obviously, the different neighborhoods, different areas are going to be different, but that's as a whole.
And and Alex had touched on it a second ago, but are you seeing concessions, like seller concessions?
Yeah, absolutely. And it all depends, the type of financing that the buyer is going to obtain, whether it is, FHA, something like that. It's all just negotiated in the contract. But, based off of the market conditions, we are seeing that sellers are negotiating a little bit more, and it's working better for the buyers.
So I think that is such a strong point, because I do hear a lot, like interest rates have gone up, But overall, if you compare the numbers with the interest rates going up just a little bit, but you're not having to pay well over list price and getting a bidding war and all that, it actually is it's a great time to buy.
It really is. Yeah.
You're actually
I think
negotiating deals. You can see homes. And what we're saying, Alex, I'm sorry.
I totally agree. I think last year, I mean, we were seeing like here in I know in my experience in this area, we were seeing sometimes on an open house weekend, 100+ families walk through the door. Homes were getting bid up maybe 200 to 300,000 over asking price on some homes. So now that the market's kind of leveled off, buyers are a little bit more in control. We can negotiate a price, negotiate a credit. I think it's a great time for buyers.
Yeah. I would agree. So, I mean, and the interest rates, everything I've been reading, I mean, they're leveling off, and they're supposed to, it depends on who you listen to, but the chief financial advisors for the National Real Estate Commission, he was on our company meeting last week, and he was saying that he thinks it'll level out like 5.5% and pretty much stay that stable. And if you look at the history of real estate, that's an incredibly good interest rate. It's not the 3%, but the 3%, that was an anomaly. Like that is not a historic average,
Yeah.
So
That's
I think
right.
5% is still really good.
I
So
agree
Yeah,
with you.
absolutely. I think it's good to coach our buyers too, or any buyer that's out there. Like 3%, that's never happened before. So let's not, get spoiled to that 3%. Obviously, anything where we're at now is still a low interest rate. Back in the day, rates used to be, what were they, like 8, 9, 10%?
Oh yeah, and in the 80s, which I was very little in the 80s, to be clear, but everybody tells me that like in the 80s it was like 18%.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
what I've heard too. Yeah.
That's insane. But and I was telling y'all earlier that my daughter bought a house 2 years ago, and she currently has like $200,000 in equity. And for a 23-year-old, there's no way in the world that she would have 200,000 in a savings account after 2 years. So I mean, I think
Yep.
that's one of the things people forget too, is that if you're renting, that is money that you're just throwing away, and you don't have anything to show for it after years in it, right? Where if you buy a house and you're planning on staying in it, you've got that equity built up.
That's right. Yeah. I was talking to a friend this weekend, and she's doing just that. She, instead of renting, bought a house, and it's on the market now. She's talking about the profit that she's made. She's super excited about it. It's
Yeah.
just one example.
That's exactly right. And if you listen to any of the big, investors across the state or across the world, really, whether it be Elon Musk or whatever, they all say, real estate is the best investment that they've ever made.
Absolutely. I mean, tell me another 23-year-old that can buy a home and in 2 years have 200 grand in equity in any other
Exactly.
industry.
That's
So kudos to her.
100%. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys. And so summing up, you would say great time for real estate.
It is in Baldwin County here in Orange Beach. Come see
Yep.
me. I've got some great opportunities here.
Yes.
Absolutely. I agree. Same here. Come see me.
Well, awesome. And I get to see both of you face to face in February. So
That's what I was going to say too. I'm coming to see y'all. I'll see you soon.
I can't wait to see y'all in person, and maybe we could do a live Monday live while we're there.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that.
That would be fun. Awesome. Well, I will see you guys shortly in a month, and love you, and thank you so much for joining.
Okay. Bye. Take care,
All right.
y'all.
See you
Thank
next month. Take care.
Yeah. Oops. I'm trying to end it.